When reality TV and real life collide, the fallout is never pretty. This wasn't just any messy breakup, it was a full-blown explosion aired out for millions to see. He was a star athlete, she was a reality TV firecracker, and their love story? It was supposed to be primetime gold. But instead, it crashed and burned in record time. And now, Evelyn Lozada is finally telling her side of the story. Just when you thought the saga between Evelyn Lozada and Jennifer Williams had finally been laid to rest, it came back swinging, louder, uglier, and more chaotic than ever. If you've been watching Basketball Wives from the beginning, you know these two weren't just co-stars. They were inseparable, best friends, ride or die through every scandal, heartbreak, and social media warzone. Jennifer was there when Evelyn's relationship with Chad Okocinco made headlines, and Evelyn stood by Jennifer when her own marriage crumbled. This wasn't just a reality TV friendship. This was the kind of bond fans rooted for. Until it wasn't. It all started unraveling when Jennifer made the mistake of questioning Evelyn's taste in men. And if you know anything about Evelyn, you know that was like lighting a match near a gas leak. The moment Jennifer even implied that Evelyn wasn't making the best romantic decisions, all hell broke loose. Accusations flew. Loyalty was questioned. And then, the gloves came off. Evelyn went full scorched earth, calling Jennifer fake, jealous, and desperate for attention. Jennifer hit back, hard, labeling Evelyn toxic and manipulative. And then came the moment that went down in Basketball Wives history. Evelyn, in full rage mode, literally tried to launch herself over a table to get to Jennifer. Security had to step in. Fans, stunned. This wasn't just reality TV drama. This was personal. Over the years, they played the same exhausting game. Break up, make up, repeat, but the damage, done. Every time it seemed like they had buried the hatchet, someone would dig it back up and swing it all over again. The trust was shattered, and their so-called friendship became a ticking time bomb, just waiting to go off. Then came the moment that reignited the fire, Jennifer's wedding. She finally tied the knot with Christian Gold in a picture-perfect fairy tale ceremony. The guest list, stacked. Celebrities, influencers, Basketball Wives alums. But guess who was nowhere to be seen? Evelyn Lozada. Fans immediately started connecting the dots. Weren't they supposed to be cool again? And then, just to make things even messier, Evelyn posted a cryptic message right after the wedding. No names were mentioned. But the shade? Oh, it was unmistakable. People started speculating. Was this Evelyn's way of warning Jennifer about Christian? Because as it turns out, Mr. Gold wasn't exactly squeaky clean. Reports surfaced, linking him to fraud allegations, shady business deals, and a trail of lawsuits. Suddenly, fans weren't so sure Jennifer had been on the right side of history. Was Evelyn genuinely trying to look out for her? Or was this just another chapter in their never-ending feud? Either way, Jennifer wasn't backing down. She doubled down, calling Evelyn out for always playing the victim when things didn't go her way. And if you thought the rest of the Basketball Wives cast was staying out of it, think again. Sides were taken, alliances shifted, and the behind-the-scenes drama, it started spilling into the spotlight. Malaysia Pargo dropped a cryptic message about fake friendships and karma. Fans took it as a direct shot at Jennifer. Jackie Christie, never one to stay silent, was spotted with Evelyn, making it very clear whose side she was on. But the real shocker? Shawnee O'Neal, usually the neutral one, posted about real friends keeping it 100 right after Jennifer's interview aired. The message was subtle, but the internet caught on fast. Every time it seemed like they had buried the hatchet, someone would dig it back up and swing it all over again. The trust was shattered, and their so-called friendship became a ticking time bomb, just waiting to go off. Then came the moment that reignited the fire, Jennifer's wedding. She finally tied the knot with Christian Gold in a picture-perfect fairy tale ceremony. The guest list, stacked. Celebrities, influencers, Basketball Wives alums. But guess who was nowhere to be seen? Evelyn Lozada. Fans immediately started connecting the dots. Weren't they supposed to be cool again? And then, just to make things even messier, Evelyn posted a cryptic message right after the wedding. No names were mentioned. But the shade? Oh, it was unmistakable. People started speculating. Was this Evelyn's way of warning Jennifer about Christian? Because as it turns out, Mr. Gold wasn't exactly squeaky clean. Reports surfaced, linking him to fraud allegations, shady business deals, and a trail of lawsuits. Suddenly, fans weren't so sure Jennifer had been on the right side of history. Was Evelyn genuinely trying to look out for her? Or was this just another chapter in their never-ending feud? Either way, Jennifer wasn't backing down. She doubled down, calling Evelyn out for always playing the victim when things didn't go her way. And if you thought the rest of the Basketball Wives cast was staying out of it, think again. Sides were taken, alliances shifted, and the behind-the-scenes drama, it started spilling into the spotlight. Malaysia Pargo dropped a cryptic message about fake friendships and karma. Fans took it as a direct shot at Jennifer. Jackie Christie, never one to stay silent, was spotted with Evelyn, making it very clear whose side she was on. But the real shocker, Shawnee O'Neal, usually the neutral one, posted about real friends keeping it 100 right after Jennifer's interview aired. The message was subtle, but the internet caught on fast. Even former cast members jumped in. Tammy Roman, known for her brutal honesty, didn't hold back. She called out both women, saying they were too grown for this mess. But let's be real. Everyone could tell she was dragging Evelyn more than Jennifer. And just when you thought things couldn't get wilder, the Basketball Wives reunion was announced. The network promised jaw-dropping confrontations, bombshell revelations, and yes, a dramatic walk-off moment. Could this be the final nail in the coffin for Evelyn and Jennifer's friendship? Or was this just another season of Basketball Wives chaos waiting to explode? One thing's for sure, this drama, far from over. Stay tuned, because the best, or worst, is yet to come. Jennifer Williams is walking down the aisle, draped in elegance, surrounded by friends, family, and the kind of love story that makes headlines. But there's one seat glaringly empty. Evelyn Lozada, her so-called reconciled bestie, is nowhere to be seen. And just when fans were piecing together their confusion, Evelyn drops a cryptic post. No names, no direct call-outs, just vibes. But the timing, way too suspicious. The internet exploded. Was Evelyn warning Jennifer about her new husband? Did something go down behind the scenes? Or was this just petty at its finest? Whatever it was, one thing was clear. Evelyn was not celebrating this union. And if skipping the wedding wasn't enough, Evelyn turned up the heat off camera. Rumors swirled that she had plenty to say about Jennifer's marriage behind the scenes. But Jennifer, she didn't just clap back. She flipped the whole script. Instead of playing defense, she went for the jugular, calling out Evelyn for being a hypocrite. Because according to Jennifer, the queen of judging relationships had some messy skeletons of her own. Now, Evelyn has had a history. From her whirlwind romance with Chad Okocinco to her high-profile engagement with MLB star Carl Crawford. And through it all, one thing has stayed the same. Evelyn knows how to control the narrative. According to Jennifer, Evelyn has mastered the art of playing the victim. Take Chad Okocinco. Their marriage, brief. Their split, explosive. Domestic violence allegations shocked the world, with Evelyn insisting she was completely blindsided. But Jennifer, she hinted there was more to the story, that Evelyn wasn't as innocent as she made herself out to be. And then there was Carl Crawford, the baseball star-turned-fiancé, the father of Evelyn's child, the man she was supposed to marry. Until suddenly she wasn't. The engagement ended. No drama, no mess. At least, not publicly. But Jennifer wasn't buying it. She claimed Evelyn had been making moves behind the scenes, and when things didn't go her way, she flipped the script again. Jennifer wasn't just talking. She came with receipts. In an exclusive interview, she dropped text messages and DMs that allegedly exposed Evelyn's real side. And let's just say, they weren't flattering. We're talking secret conversations, backstabbing accusations, and messages that allegedly showed Evelyn trash-talking her own exes behind closed doors, making moves with new men while still in public relationships, twisting breakups to make herself look like the victim. But the most damning part? The Carl Crawford breakup wasn't as clean as Evelyn made it seem. Jennifer claimed Evelyn had checked out long before going public, and allegedly had a backup plan waiting in the wings. So the real question is Evelyn Lozada the reality TV queen who always ends up hurt? Or has she been pulling the strings this whole time? Because in this world, the truth isn't just stranger than fiction, it's messier, pettier, and perfectly timed for a comeback season. Imagine this, Jennifer Williams in full bridal glow stepping into her new life. The ceremony, picture perfect. The guests, mesmerized. But wait, an empty seat where her so-called reconciled bestie, Evelyn Lozada, should be. No last-minute excuse, no well wishes, just radio silence. And then, right on cue, Evelyn drops a cryptic post online. No names, no direct shade, just a message dripping with intent. Fans didn't need a detective to see what was happening. This wasn't just a missed RSVP, it was a statement. And as whispers turned into full-blown speculation, one question spread like wildfire. What does Evelyn know that we don't? The tension between these two? Oh, it's been simmering for years. And just when the world thought they'd finally buried the hatchet, Jennifer threw another log onto the fire. She didn't name names, but the message was crystal clear. Evelyn hadn't exactly been loyal in her past relationships. That behind the glitz, the glam, and the perfectly curated Instagram feed, there was a whole different story. And just like that, the internet exploded. Fans split into two camps, Team Evelyn and Team Jennifer. Was Jennifer just being messy, stirring the pot for drama, or was she finally speaking the truth? Before Evelyn could even react, Jennifer doubled down. She didn't just imply it. She came with receipts, screenshots, conversations, just enough detail to send social media into a complete frenzy. Evelyn, silent. That is, until she wasn't. She went live, tears streaming down her face. "I'm exhausted," she said, tired of defending herself, tired of the past being dragged up, tired of always being the villain. It was raw, emotional. But was it real? Some fans sympathized, others, not so much. They called it classic Evelyn, crocodile tears to dodge accountability, and while she was breaking down, Jennifer was standing tall. No regrets, no backtracking, just one message. I said what I said. But just as Jennifer was basking in her moment, the internet did what it does best. It started digging. And that's when things took a turn. Christian Gold, the man Jennifer just married. On paper, he seemed like the perfect match. Successful, charming, everything you'd want in a partner. Until the reports started rolling in, allegations of fraud, financial scams, lawsuits stacking up like unpaid bills. And suddenly, Evelyn's shady wedding day post, it wasn't looking so petty anymore. It was looking like a warning. So, was Jennifer blindsided? Or did she know exactly who she was marrying? She insisted the accusations were old news, that people were just out to dig up dirt, but fans weren't buying it. How was she exposing Evelyn's love life while her own was crumbling in real time? And this wasn't just a Jennifer versus Evelyn showdown anymore. The entire cast got dragged into the mess. Sides were taken. And the shade? Merciless. Malaysia Pargo, who's had her own drama with both women, dropped a cryptic post about fake friendships and karma. Translation, she was not on Jennifer's side. Jackie Christie, the self-proclaimed pot stirrer, she was seen kikiing with Evelyn, making it loud and clear where her loyalties stood. But the real shocker? Shawnee O'Neill. Usually neutral, she posted about real friends keeping it 100 right after Jennifer's interview aired. Subtle? Yes. Obvious? Also yes. And then, just when it seemed like the dust was finally settling, Tammy Roman jumped in from the sidelines. Never one to hold back on Evelyn, she took to her podcast and called both women out. But fans noticed she seemed to be dragging Evelyn just a little harder. And this drama, it's not just playing out online. The Basketball Wives reunion is right around the corner, and sources are already teasing major confrontations. The kind that end with people walking off set, throwing drinks, or worse, exposing even more secrets. Jennifer? She's done with Evelyn's victim act. Evelyn. She says Jennifer is just desperate for attention. And Jennifer. She's hinting there's more. More dirt, more receipts, more truth that the world hasn't seen yet. So, what happens next? Does Evelyn finally walk away from the show for good? Does Jennifer drop a bombshell that changes everything? Or will this feud drag on, fueled by history, pride, and just the right amount of mess? One thing's for sure, this battle, far from over.